Right now, going live. We're live, people.
We are live from San Francisco, whatever the name of this bridge is, that bridge. I'm me and she's her.
I'm definitely her.
And welcome to Being Curious.
The first podcast. Being Curious. Yeah, I like that. Like you sent me, being
podcast.
Curious
Being
beings.
Curious Beings, or Being Curious, or Curious Beings.
One of those.
To be complicated. And basically, these 11-minute sessions are about us talking about what matters to you, my darling. Tell us who you are.
To me. So do you actually want to know who I am?
Not really, but I think for the benefit of everybody listening, that'd be nice.
Okay, guys. Well, currently I am 34. A single parent on a journey of healthy living. That's what I'm going to call it. It's like inside and out, mentally, physically, emotionally. It's kind of been a bit of a self-discovery, you know, from food triggers to, you know, toxic relationships. So I guess that's where we're going to dive deep and talk about.
Do you have a name?
Oh yeah, I might have a name. I was given the name of Maz. No, my name is Mariam, but you can call me Maz. Should we go with Maz? Maz is cool, right?
Okay, Maz. I am Sa.
Wonderful, Sa. And where's your background, Sa? Tell us all about you.
My background is in San Francisco. I'm on the Golden Gate Bridge. Zooming in, we are an international show. So I'm Malaysian, born and bred in England, London, singer-songwriter and general clown. But my current passion is facilitating conscious living.
Yeah, baby.
What does that mean? That basically means forever being in our curiosity, which is how this show was born.
We'll just
totally unscripted, just so you know.
Yeah, it's all unscripted. We're just going with the flow here. We're being, like you said, curious.
In case it wasn't obvious.
Yeah, if you didn't realise at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 11 minutes. Should I put it on timer? Yeah, all right, start.
Go, gadget.
10:59, let's do this.
Maz, what are we talking about today?
So today, I want to talk about childhood programs.
What, like Rainbow and Play School and Teletubbies? Is that what you mean?
No, not quite. More of the programs given to us by our parents, by conditioning, by their way of parenting, which, you know, probably at the time was right for them or what they thought was the right thing to say or do. But yeah.
Can you explain a little bit more about that then? Can you give me an example?
So a childhood program might be that don't climb that tree because you will hurt yourself. I mean, that's a terrible example, isn't it? But
that's a programming of fear, right?
Yeah, exactly. Instead of just allowing somebody to just, you know, be curious, try it, and if they fall, you know, just get back up and climb back on, instead of being afraid to do it permanently and never climbing, being afraid of heights, whatever. Yeah, or one of my favorite personal ones was all men want you for is, and when they get it, that's all that they've ever wanted, so they leave you. Yeah, that means the V. It's what they want. Ooh. They wanted the room, guys. That's what my mum always told me, is that that's all that boys want from you. So as soon as they've got it, they're not interested. So I kind of grew up with that program. Whew. Breathe in, guys.
That's a biggie. I wonder how many of you watching had the same thing told to you by your mom or dad.
It's true.
Parent, guardian, whoever, caregiver, whoever, teacher.
And I guess from my mum's perspective, that was just to kind of protect me from messing around with the wrong kind of men. But there was no sort of variation on that. It was just like all men, all they want is that, and that's it. They're not interested in anything else. Obviously, perhaps a broken perspective of hers, but anyway. And so, yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about when it comes to childhood programs, just things that our parents have given to us that perhaps isn't 100% true. And we've got away with it.
And so why this? Why?
So basically, because I've been on a bit of a reflection on my life. I am 34 and some things haven't worked out. Yeah, I know. I look great for my age, right? No grey hairs. So, and I kind of was thinking to myself, oh goodness, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely book, Indy. Could you give me 5 minutes?
Look, there's and
So this is my child who's now obviously a part of this situation.
Who now you're watching how you speak to her because of the programming. Wow, this is so perfect. Hi, Indy.
She can't hear you because headphones. No, don't take it out, sweet pea.
So basically, the awareness here is kind of understanding what your child programming is.
Basically,
because you want to be aware of what you might be passing on to your own child.
Yes, exactly. And it's all about breaking the cycle, really, because from where my mum was coming from, I'm guessing it was something passed on to her. So yeah, want to break the cycle, want to make it different, and want to make it more, like you say, being more consciously living, being able to think for themselves, not rather than just with a program. Can't hold on to them being like, the givers of this information and be angry with them that it was wrong for you.
That's huge.
So yeah, so why I wanted to move forward in my life. I wanted to make some kind of like new breakthrough, and I felt like relationships for me is one of the things that didn't seem to go well, whether that was friends. Actually, no, I have pretty good friends. It's kind of like family and relationships. So for instance, Indigo's dad and anyone before that, I just didn't feel very connected, probably for the reason of I just thought that's all they wanted was,
Wow, that's powerful, right? So just to break that down a bit more, so because you were given this programming, this belief that the only thing that men want is down there,
oh my goodness,
then it serves as being a bit of an obstacle to developing a connection that's any further beyond that.
This is what happens when you try and make a video recording.
That's okay.
Indy, please, can you sit down? Can you play with your toys over there for a minute?
This is for everyone listening and watching. This is how beautiful this whole series is going to be, because it's one take, it's in the moment, and it's real.
Yeah, it's totally real.
And we get to witness Maz right now. How she must
totally fine, guys. I'm totally fine about it.
What programming should we be giving Indy right now?
Yeah. If it's my mum, she would be like, "Get it back now!" And I don't even. Yeah, Indy, do you want to play with your toys? You've got 5 minutes of playing with your toys, and then it's up to bed.
So how do we go about starting a journey to explore childhood programming? Can you give us a few tips? Share.
I guess for me it was kind of like an evaluation, like when you look back on the year and you think, okay, what have I accomplished this year? If you've ever had those feelings, or maybe you just look back at yourself and you think, where's things going right for you? And for me, I felt like I was really struggling to find where things were going right. I mean, obviously I was fed and I was watered and had a roof over my head, so those were the things going right. But where was the luxury of life? Where was the fun? Where was the enjoyment, fulfillment? Where was the pleasure? I just felt like there was bridges that were broken. I just didn't feel connected very much to things around me, friends, relationships, etc. So I started to look at that and then try and understand why. And then I tried to then look at my relationships as a lesson rather than, why did that happen to me? So it's like, what was the lesson in that then? Because it seemed like the same thing over and over. So what was the lesson?
Why am I experiencing the same thing over and over again? What am I missing? There's like this fruit there, right? It's ripening, it's so like juicy. I'm not getting it.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was like, okay, it's all good and well that these guys might be bad and they might have done terrible things, but you can't keep blaming the different people for the same thing. There's got to be something up with you. So then I had to kind of, go within and try and figure out what was going on with me. And do you know what? That wasn't an easy thing. It wasn't like overnight. It's probably taken me a couple of years to really delve deep, because it was a bit of like, no, it's not me. How did I attract that? It's impossible. I'm kind and generous, and all those things that you think so highly of yourself. So, and I guess
it doesn't mean that you're not all those things.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
But there was a certain program that you were running,
like a wall. Yeah, like just holding you back, like just totally missing the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and is this one of the reasons why perhaps that you have agreed, not that I ever forced her, to do this little series and share.
Yes,
share
because
with
that was
people.
another
It's a
block,
resource.
because I was always like so busy, and I'm like, yeah, I just don't have time. I mean, if I just don't have time now, but I'm like, well, there is time. We're going to make it happen. We're making it happen, right? High five. So yeah.
And as a resource for other people, right? I mean, how was it for you when you were in that position, like looking, in
it
the
was so
beginning of your
lonely.
journey?
So lonely, because you don't know who knows what, you know, what's going on with you, and how to figure out what's going on. Thank you. That's so kind.
It for you, and it didn't fall down on the ground.
You are so kind. Thank you, Indy.
She's kind like her mummy. You're what? See, she's so polite.
I
She
have
is.
something for you.
You have something for me?
Yeah.
What do you have?
Connections. So how did you connect with this program?
For you.
How did you discover this program?
I was how to pincers.
Wow.
Let me draw a picture for you.
I guess it. Indy, in a minute.
Can you ask Indy to draw a picture for me?
Yeah, Indy, could you draw a picture? The thing is, there's no paper out here for her to draw. It's all my special
draw it on
notebook.
the carpet.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Here you go. Draw on this.
So where's your gold nugget? Where is your? What was the biggest, most amazing golden nugget of this experience of the child?
Well, it meant that I could turn it around. It meant that I was actually now in control. So now that if I just become a bit more aware of myself, I could change the kind of people I was attracting into my life, and I would give myself freedom to have male friends instead of, you know, having sort of like toxic relationships. I thought I could only have male friends. I couldn't have a male friend because my boyfriend is my friend, and that is it. In a minute, sweet pea. So on the other side of the fence, I'm now like, I can have great friendships. Like, time's up, guys. I can have great friendships with men, and it doesn't mean that there's some kind of, you know, sexual thing going on, one. And two, that they're trusting and they have great boundaries, and we can kind of be open and honest as humans, you know, as humans connecting, because, you know, male and female, we both maybe have different energies, but, you know, we're still people at the end of the day, and we have different perspectives with different lifestyles. So it's just coming together on that and being, you know, grown up about it. And it was just, that was very freeing. So I felt so good. I'm like, okay, I can attract really kind, loving, I can be open, I can, you know, I can try new things.
I love that. I love what you said, is that you took the reins back. You were back in control. It's like you have a program, and instead of the program running your life,
yes, exactly,
you now decide. I mean, it's no saying that we can't have programs. You can now decide, no, I'm taking this program out, and I'm going to put this one on now for a while.
Yeah,
you know?
basically, I'm going to try it, because I don't know if this is a better one. Is this better? Let's try it. And it's kind of that freedom to kind of be like you say, be curious, go with it, see what happens, be happy that you can then pick up the reins and change it again should you need to. You can just, you know, adapt.
I love it. So the new program is actually the program of curiosity.
Yeah,
it's always not getting comfortable, not getting complacent. It's just like get curious, and that's what kids are.
And that's what really living feels like, right? You're not like, you know, just being told what to do. You're like, okay, I don't know, I'm gonna find out.
Yes. Oh my God, golden nugget. Song. What song would we leave everybody now?
That's very good drawing, Indigo. That's a really good question. Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I feel I'm so on the spot. Have you got any ideas? Go on. What?
It's a song by Madonna.
Yeah.
And I think it's called Dear Jessie. I don't know. That's just showing up for me right now. Everybody's listening to the podcast after they've experienced this, to listen to the song by Madonna called Dear Jessie, and journal and see what comes up. What comes up for them on child programming? Like what belief systems have you taken on from, you know, a caregiver or a parent or a grandparent? And journal. Let's see what comes up as you journal to this song, Dear Jessie by Madonna.
I love that. Love that. Thank you so much.
That means you too.
I'm so gonna do it. I love to journal, so I'm down.
It's a bye from her.
It's a bye from us. Indy, we have to say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for tonight. Get ready for the next one. Yeah. Woo. Thank you. Stay tuned.